This is section 1.3, average rate of change. In this video, we're going to go through number 5 in your book. And in this problem, it's giving us this function on this interval. It's asking for the average rate of change between these two values. So if you remember, average rate of change is just the difference in the y's over the difference in the x's. So in this problem, they're giving us two x values. So we'll need to plug these values into our function to get our y values, and then just use this formula to find our average rate of change. So let's go ahead and start. I'll label this value as my x2 and b as my x1. When I plug in 1 into my function, I'll get 4 times 1 squared minus 7. Simplifying this out, this will give me negative 3. So now I have the point 1, negative 3 as my x2 and my y2 values. And now I do the same thing for my x1. I'll plug in b into my function. I'll get 4b squared minus 7. Nothing I can really simplify here. So this just gives me the point b, 4b squared minus 7 as my x1 and my y1 values. And now I can just plug these 2 points into my formula to find my average rate of change. So I have the difference in the y's on the top, so negative 3 minus my y1. In this case, though, I'll have to be minus this entire quantity. I'm going to add a parentheses, minus parentheses 4b squared minus 7. And all that is over difference in the x's. So just 1 minus b. On the top here, I can simplify this out by distributing this negative to both of these terms. And on the top, I'll have minus 3 minus 4b squared minus a negative 7 will give me plus 7. All over 1 minus b on the bottom. Can't really simplify anything here. Okay, on the top, I can combine my constants. Negative 3 plus 7, that'll give me 4 minus 4b squared, all over 1 minus b. On the top, I can simplify this again by taking out a 4, and that'll leave me with 1 minus b squared, all over 1 minus b. And here, you might notice that 1 minus b squared, that follows one of our algebraic patterns. This is the difference of perfect squares. If I have a squared minus b squared, two perfect squares being subtracted, this will always simplify down into a plus b and a minus b. Literally b in this case. And all that is still over 1 minus b. So from here to here, I just simplified this quantity using my difference of perfect squares pattern. Now here you might notice that I have a term cancel out. The 1 minus b on top cancels with the 1 minus b on the bottom. And now I'm just left with 4 times 1 plus b as my final answer for the average rate of change. Okay, so this problem kind of had a lot going on, so brief recap. They're asking for average rate of change, so I'm going to use this formula, just difference in y's over difference in x's. They gave me two x values, so I just had to plug those in to find my y values. And remember, it doesn't matter what I label as x2 and x1, as long as my y's and x's match. So if this had been x1, this would have to be y1 as well. Then after that, I just found the difference in my y's over the difference in the x's, and from there it was just simplifying. Now, if you didn't notice this pattern right away, you can feel free to check out our other math reviews over difference of perfect squares, quadratic formulas, and other common algebraic patterns that you should know. But other than that, that's it for this problem. The concepts covered in this video are true no matter what pre-cal class you're in, but in case you're interested, all the problems referenced in this book came from this lovely book right here. Remember that if you're a Baylor student, we offer free tutoring on the first floor of Sid Rich. You can either make an appointment or drop in whenever you're available to get tutoring in pre-cal, calculus, and a bunch of other subjects as well. Feel free to visit our website for more information.